Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look to see what gentle, comforting messages your guides have for you today. This is a topic that I just kind of felt like the collective needed. Every now and then I just kind of feel like we just need a comforting message, just a gentle message. Things can be tough right now, so that's what I feel like that we really need to hear. So we have 4 piles here for you guys. I felt like we needed to do 4 piles so we could get a little bit more specific for you guys here with your readings. Please let me know in the comments below too what other types of readings you guys would like to see. I'm also looking at doing some weekly energy readings as well. I think I'm going to start putting those out on Saturdays. That's when those will go up on YouTube. Just kind of looking at next week's at the next week's energies for you guys. So stay tuned, keep an eye out for those. That's something that we're going to start doing here as well. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if there's any other types of readings that you guys are wanting to see, or any types of topics that you guys would be interested in. I'd love to do those for you guys. Also, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel so much and allows me to keep putting these videos out for you guys. But anyways, let's get into this reading. So we have 4 piles here for you guys to choose from. Pile number 1 is represented by this passion flower card with the word surrender, and I'll pull this up so you guys can see your card a little bit better here. Pile number 2 is going to be the motherwort card with the keyword strength here. There's that card for you guys. Pile number 3 is going to be this comfrey card. I think I'm spelling that right, or saying that right. Comfrey, not sure. With the keyword completion. And here is that card for you guys. And then pile number 4 is going to be this card right here with poppy, and the keyword is dream. So those are your 4 piles to choose from here. I'll have the timestamps in the description box below. I'll also put it in the comment section and pin that up at the very top for you guys. Kind of makes it a little bit easier for y'all to see. But anyways, go ahead, take some time, meditate on these cards. You might feel like one is the pile that you're really feeling called to. It might be multiple cards or multiple piles. It might be all the piles. Whatever you feel called to, that means that there's a message in there for you, and I will see you guys in your reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading, where we are going to get some gentle, comforting messages for you guys from your guides today. The card that you have chosen is this passion flower card here. Move it a little bit closer so you guys can see. So this is the oracle card we're going to kind of be working off of here. We're going to pull some tarot cards for you as well. I'm going to go ahead and read the keywords in this in the guidebook here for this card. This is a relatively new deck for me, so I don't have this memorized here. But we're going to take a look and see. So the astrological ruler of this card is the moon here, and Neptune as well. Let's see. So the keywords here for this card are sacrifice, surrender, choosing growth, trusting discernment, and rituals of letting go. All right, so we can definitely see that here in the kind of visuals of this card, kind of in the symbols here with that. So there's that here. So that's going to kind of be the theme here. Something that really popped out at me was trusting discernment and choosing growth. Trusting your intuition a little bit is kind of what I'm hearing here for you guys. But let's go ahead and get some tarot cards, kind of get a little bit more information here for you guys about the message that your guides have for you today. That's just meant to be gentle and comforting for you here. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what messages, oh, okay, they have for you. So, Six of Wands and Two of Wands. I feel like there were quite a few that wanted to come out for you guys. Oh, and there's one that got left at the bottom of the deck, and it's Nine of Swords, and I'm going to leave that in reverse for you guys. All right. So we have the Three of Cups. All right, so something I'm seeing right off the bat, and I feel like I need to point out before we even move forward any further with this reading, is this feeling of celebration here for you. I feel like you've been on quite a journey, pile number one. You've really been looking at trying to expand your horizons is kind of something that I'm seeing here, kind of making a choice between two paths. And I really feel like there's a celebration of the choices that you've made here. And I see not just a celebration, this is like a community celebration, you know, but this is also a celebration amongst like close friends, close family. I would say your inner circle here. So I am seeing this kind of this celebration. Maybe you've really decided to let go of anxiety and fear here. And I'm seeing here that this almost feels like your guides themselves celebrating that accomplishment for you, pile number one. Let's go ahead and keep looking at these cards here, but I just felt like that needed to go ahead and be mentioned here for you guys. We have, right. All right, let's see here. You've definitely been on a journey, a long journey here, pile number one. But I am seeing that this does feel like it's coming to an end. And I think that you are going to feel celebrated at the end of this journey here. It's not all for nothing here. Looking back at these keywords here for your passion flower surrender card, I feel like you've really surrendered to the process. You've allowed yourself to surrender to the process. And the comforting message here is that is being acknowledged and celebrated here. You know, you're really making good choices, choosing the right path for you, not allowing your mind to get the best of you and anxiety to get the best of you here. And I feel like there is a celebration of that for you, that is being acknowledged and celebrated. I feel like you've also been very thrifty. You've done a really great job taking, this card kind of feels like take what resonates and leave the rest. You've done a really good job taking what served you and leaving the rest, and being thrifty and not being blind to the situation too. Really taking advantage of whatever this situation is that you've been through here. It's really interesting to see the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. I feel like the path that you've chosen has really begun to expand your horizons and is going to culminate in this feeling of security here for you. Notice with the King of Pentacles here, he has his pentacle in his lap, but notice he's very, very relaxed here. Pile number one, he's very relaxed. He's not holding on to it super tightly. He has a really light grasp on that here. He's grounded, but I see this relaxation. He's not concerned here with how things are going to work out or his money situation here. And I feel like that's the comforting message that you guys need to know is, first of all, is this congratulations on how hard you've been working, you know. With the Ten of Swords here, I see here that it's like this reminder that it's darkest before the dawn, you know. The same thing with the Ten of Wands almost. You see that she's carrying these wands here, this huge load. And she's almost made it to her destination. I mean, she is almost there. And I feel like that is the comforting message, gentle message that you need to hear, is not just congratulations on doing such an amazing job with this and doing and expanding your horizons, but also on staying persistent here, and that this too shall pass. This is coming to an end. This struggle here, that you've kind of been on here. I feel like this little bit of struggle is coming to an end for you, pile number one. Let's see. I think this is really exciting too, to see that the culmination of this, it's really working out for you. You're expanding your horizons. You're moving into a place of security. Like the King of Pentacles, he's so secure in his possession of this pentacle that he's not even holding on tightly. He only has like 2 fingers on it. He's just really chill. And I see that you're coming into a time that is really chill, that's going to be a lot more relaxed here. I think that's something that's being called, like I said, trusting discernment here. I think you've done a great job with that. And I think that your guides want you to know to continue to trust your discernment here. Surrender to your intuition, because it is working out for you and you are doing a great job with that, pile number one. I really want to pull a couple more messages for you here, to just kind of wrap this up for you. I feel like this has been pretty straightforward. You've really made the most of this situation, and your guides are really congratulating and celebrating you and all that you've accomplished and how well you have done. And sometimes with gentle, comforting messages, that's just what we need to hear, is just good job well done. You've been doing a great job. You've been really, making the right decisions here, choosing to, like I said, take what is meant for you, leave what isn't, taking advantage of situations, maybe even being a little cutthroat when you needed to be, but it is working out for you. It's working out in your favor, and coming to a completion here with the tens. We have the 10 of swords. We have the 10 of wands. This is coming to a completion here for you, pile number one. And that is really exciting, because when we're on a long journey like this, it can be really exhausting. And we're like, oh my God, when is this going to end? I feel like this situation is going to end very quickly. You are almost there. And sometimes we just need to be told, you're almost there. Something else that's popping out at me real fast before we pull your last few oracle cards here is the yellow in these cards right here. Yellow really represents the solar plexus chakra, really represents confidence. I feel like you are going to become much more confident in yourself, in your abilities, and in your discernment as well. You've really allowed yourself to surrender to your intuition and follow that through. And I feel like you're going to have so much more confidence in yourself and in your abilities now that you've been through this journey. I feel like this journey has really tested you to a certain extent. And I feel like that is being acknowledged here, as well as kind of a message that this is going to really benefit you in the future, as you move on to the next big thing, to the next journey, because we don't just end a journey and then that's it. We continue on, but with something new, with a new passion, with a new project, with a new relationship, with a new whatever this is for you guys. I feel like you guys have you've just really done the damn thing, honestly, and you've done a really great job here. And I think you're going to find yourself feeling so much more confident in your ability to make things happen for you going forward in the future. pile number 1. I have this message here. Let's get another message for you. I kind of pushed that back in there, but this is the one that was sticking out. Communication. Okay. Something that immediately came to mind with this communication card is that your guides are going to be communicating to you, or they have been communicating to you throughout this journey here, okay? And they will continue to. You might be kind of at a place where you're like, okay, I'm almost to the end of this. What now? What next? They are going to communicate that to you. If you have any sort of burning questions, if there's been kind of some things that have been kind of up in the air for you, I feel like communication is going to be coming through. If you notice this crow, he's back there. There's lots of rain out here. It's very rainy. The visibility is very low. And I feel like that's kind of been your situation to a certain extent. I mean, yes, we can see the end in sight here. We can kind of see the finish line, but I do feel like there's a little bit of cloudiness, a little bit of kind of a lack of visibility here, a decreased visibility. And I feel like the gentle message, the comforting message you need to know is that your guides are going to be communicating with you through your intuition to let you know the next moves that you need to make, the next chapter that you're going to be embarking on, this new journey, these new horizons. I feel like as a result of the completion of this, you're going to be starting something new and fresh and exciting. And you won't be... Notice this crow is actually coming inside. You know, it's very bright and clean, and you can see quite well here on the countertop. I feel like you will be coming in from the rain, coming in from the stormy feeling, but they're so there's that, but also there's this message that they will be communicating with you fairly soon, if not currently, through your intuition here. You just need to continue to surrender to that. Use your discernment, trust your discernment. It has not led you astray by any means. You've really chosen the right path here. You've made the right decisions that have been it's really been very advantageous for you yourself. And you're building this confidence and there's like this ease that's coming into your life. And I feel like with the communication card here, this is something that they're really wanting to communicate to you. This new journey is going to be filled with a lot of ease and material stability that you might have not felt in the past. So I see that is something that they really want to let you know here. Let's get a message from a goddess, heroine, or monster from the Women of Myth deck. I love this deck. This is really cool. Now these are, like I said, goddesses, heroines, or kind of female monsters that can that have messages for us, can kind of help us on our journey, kind of provide us with a lesson. And also these are some, you can reach out to them maybe and kind of look them up, learn more about them, and use them kind of as a guide throughout this journey here. But let's get one of those for you, one or two, whatever we feel like is necessary here for you. Pile number 1. And we have Pesta, Monster the Omen. Okay. And I want to grab one more. This one was kind of sticking up here. And we have Kali. Ugh, okay, perfect. So let's start with Kali. That's who I want to start with here. I'm going to read her stuff from the book, and then we're going to talk about it here. Give me just a minute. It's not marked in the book anywhere. There's no no table of contents or anything. There she is. Okay, so the keywords here, or the key phrase here, is the frenzy. This is her story. She's a Hindu goddess of time, death, and the end of the world. She's equal parts destructive, sexual, and protective, and she guards what she loves with intensity. So the meaning is: tempers are flaring, temperatures are rising. You might feel a need to explore, release, or unleash. If you find yourself on the receiving end of harsh words or unexpected criticism, you're likely experiencing betrayal or hurt feelings. Which response will you choose? Fight, flight, or feigning that you're fine? Her advice is: Kali is asking you to reconcile your relationship with anger. Does anger scare you, so you try to push it away, or do you default to angry outbursts because rage is easier for you to deal with than sadness? You have to feel it to heal it, so don't ignore your emotions. So Kali is really also, in addition to all of this, it says anger, rage, and fierceness. I feel like you've been very fierce on this journey here. And it's interesting. I felt like she needed to be over here, and then we have the 5 of Swords and 7 of Swords over here. So I really do feel like you've been very fierce on this journey. You've really advocated for yourself. You've really not allowed yourself to become a victim here. You've really kind of taken charge here. As far as the messages about anger, if that resonates, take that. If that doesn't resonate, leave that. That might be something that resonates for some of you and not for others, but Kali is really kind of I feel like she's the mother or the guide that it's kind of a tough love situation to a certain extent with Kali. She's fierce, and she'll protect you and she'll have your back, but also she's not afraid to correct you if that's what needs to be done. So I really love the energy of Kali. She's very multifaceted. Like I said, very fierce, very, very warrior-like almost. So we love that about her. So if you feel called to that, if you resonate with that, take some time, Google her, look her up, read a little bit more, maybe reach out to her and ask for guidance or ask for her to show you some sort of sign. Look up and see what type of correspondences are related with her. And just kind of go from there, kind of see what ends up happening. She'll probably reach back out, honestly, and respond to you, particularly if you feel very called and you really resonate with her energy here, particularly on this journey. But I see that there's really this message or this acknowledgement that your fierceness, your unwillingness to back down on this journey, or your willingness to do what you need to do to make this happen for yourself. It's being acknowledged and it's being celebrated here. Don't feel bad for being a little bit ruthless and a little bit cutthroat when you felt like you needed to be in order to advocate for yourself or protect yourself here. I feel like this whole time through this journey, you've really been surrendering to your intuition here, and to divine guidance here too. So I feel like this is not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we have to be cutthroat. Sometimes we have to be really fierce in order to accomplish the things that we are meant to accomplish, or the things that we really truly desire and want in this life. So that's what I'm feeling here with Kali for you. Now, Pesta. Pesta is a monster, kind of represents an omen, so to speak. She was kind of thought up during the bubonic plague, and the legend goes that if she came through a village with a broom, everyone in the village was going to die. If she came through with a rake, only a few people would die from the plague. So something that I really see here, and I noticed that this one I felt needed to be placed over here, and it turns out we have the 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands here. You are going to be one that survives this journey. I feel like there are some people who do not survive what you have been through. I feel like you've been through quite a bit on this journey here. Pile number 1. Like I said, that's really being acknowledged and celebrated here by your guides. And once again, I feel like that acknowledgement is there. You've really made it through this journey that others might not have been able to make it through, pile number one. And I notice on this card there's this journey here that she's taken. You can see that it feels very similar to the journey here with the 10 of Wands. And really it's like she's coming from the graveyard moving to the village over here. And that's kind of what it feels like. You're kind of coming out of this energy of feeling defeated, possibly, or feeling like you're really done, you're really over it, and you've continued to move forward even though you felt like that. And there's just this path here, you're like almost there, almost to the finish line here, almost to the village. Possibly you're almost to the point where you can find some community and find some assistance. Maybe there's assistance waiting for you here on the other side. But let me go ahead and read Pesta here for you. See if there's anything else that I missed with that. Oh wow, I turned right to it. Okay, so origins in the bubonic plague years of the 14th century. She's a terrifying spirit from Norwegian lore that personifies the Black Death. If she's carrying a broom, everyone in the village dies. If she has a rake, some will survive. So, like a snowball that gains mass and becomes an avalanche, something in your life has compounded. It could be a series of anxious thoughts building upon each other. Either way, that energy has permeated your environment. So I see here, it's actually over the 9 of Swords, which kind of talks about anxious thoughts here, but I see that came out reversed, and I left that in reverse for you. Generally I don't read reverses, but I left that in reverse because I felt like it was really an acknowledgement that you've moved past that here. I feel like in the past it was compounding, it was making the situation harder for yourself, but you have really overcome that here. Pile number one, her advice is to be willing to let go of control, which this is talking about surrender here too. You're in a purification cycle. Some things, even beloved things or hoped for outcomes, may need to be swept away. Make room for what's next instead. And that is something that I'm feeling here with the 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands. Is there is something next that is coming. You are going to finish this challenging journey, and this is kind of what's coming next for you. This 3 of Wands, new journey, new horizons, and this King of Pentacles, this feeling of ease when it comes to finances, career, material wealth, anything that has to do with that here. This feeling of relaxation here, of security and stability that is coming in. I feel like, once again, this Pesta card it's almost like it was just an acknowledgement here that you have moved past this energy of anxious thoughts, and you are sweeping and making way for new things to come into your life, particularly as this journey ends. So that is what I'm seeing for you, pile number one. Don't forget to look up the goddess Kali. I feel like I need to say that again. There's probably a few of you where she's kind of one of your main guides, possibly. I've always felt like she's kind of one of my main guides as well. It's exciting to see her come out for you guys too. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading. Thank your guides so much for coming through to give you guys this comforting message here. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel so much. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Motherwort card with the keyword strength. Here is your card here. I am going to grab the guidebook and we'll take a look and see kind of what the guidebook says about this. Something that I really want to point out, though, that's very apparent here is the feminine energy here within this card. We have the womb here. We have lots of water. We kind of have past generations, past mothers. This card is ruled by Venus as well here. And this card talks a lot about fertility, inner trust, inner knowing. We've got this open heart right here too, so I feel like a heart chakra being open. or receiving energy through the heart chakra, loving energy, kind of lion-hearted almost here with the lion here as well. But let me pull that from the guidebook real fast and we'll take a look here. I have it marked for you guys. So, motherwort, strength. The keywords here are strength, essence of creation, connecting to the creatrix within, fertility, birth, creativity, and inner trust. So let's see. It does talk about being lion-hearted, as well as this being used to honor the goddesses of fertility because of its association with Venus and the moon. It is considered a protective plant for women. So if you are a female or you identify as a female, this would be a great plant or herb for you to look into. You can use it for cleansing your space. Let's see. Japanese folklore tells of a town where the main water source was a stream fed by rainwater trickling through hills of motherwort. The inhabitants of the village drank daily from the stream and were bestowed with extraordinarily long life. Ancient Greece used it to treat anxiety, depression, heart palpitations, and nervousness in pregnant women. And in traditional Chinese medicine, it was used to invigorate the blood. So, like the radiance of a lion's heart, motherwort's energy builds inner trust and confidence. It's a representative of the beauty we possess when we own the power of our gifts and creativity. That is amazing. It says, devote yourself to the fertility of your gifts and courageously accept your divine destiny. So that is kind of the message with that card here. I'm going to pull some tarot cards too to kind of get a better grasp here on what the message is for you. Maybe get a little bit of specifics here. That card maybe resonated with you kind of all on its own, but let's get a few, let's get some tarot cards here for you guys and kind of see what this comforting message is for you. Oh, all three of those wanted to come out, and that one. Some piles have more cards, some less, so let's see here. I feel like we need to turn them all kind of in the order that, okay, so we have Temperance. All right, definitely about finding balance here, toe dipped in the water. Let's see, we also have the Magician, about creating your own reality, having all the elements that you need to make something happen for yourself. The Page of Swords talks about new ambitions, being ready to go after something. And the Two of Swords is talking about using your intuition to make a decision here. We have the King of Pentacles, really talking about material stability, comfort, being able to kind of relax too. You see, he's very relaxed here. He has his hand up very loosely on this pentacle. He's looking at it, but it's more like just this soft, gentle gaze. It's not this need to control here. Got the Fool with a new journey, which really kind of goes along with our Page of Swords here as well, and our Queen of Swords too. Got this mastery over the mind, over our destiny here. Page of Wands, new creative ideas coming in too, being ready to start that as well. We have the Sun, which the Sun is just, you know, this amazing card talking about the, like, everything under the sun being beautiful and wonderful. And then we have the Six of Cups and the Chariot. So you have a lot of major arcana cards. Pile number 2. Let's just kind of push these guys together. I feel like this one needs to go down here. You have a lot of major arcana cards here, pile number 2. I feel like you're really going through a major chapter in your life. Here, let me take a look and kind of see how these are grouped for you so we can kind of get a more specific message here, kind of what the message is here for you. Pile number 2, let me see. Kind of what feels right. Okay. All right. The comforting message or gentle message that I'm seeing here for you, pile number 2, is really this acknowledgement of the balance that you've created in your life and the decisions, the good decisions that you have been making regularly by using your intuition. I see with the Magician here that the universe has kind of given you all of the different elements that you've needed to be successful, and you have really wielded those and made the most of them. You've been very ambitious. You've been very excited to start this new journey towards material stability, material wealth. I do feel like this is kind of, it's almost, if you notice, there's lots of different elements. Well, I say there's lots of swords, there's some wands energy, and there's a little bit of pentacles energy here. So I feel like a lot of this has been harnessing your mind. Perhaps this can talk about, maybe going to school, going to college, learning something new, trying to decide what it is that you want to do with your life. Really taking control of that here too. Pile number 2. I'm also saying that something that you need to know, a comforting message that you need to know, is this chapter is moving very quickly for you here with the Chariot card. It really, really is. You're moving very quickly to this energy of the Sun and the Six of Cups, which the Sun, it talks about everything being wonderful. You see a child here really being happy, and it's interesting. We have this here with like your inner child being fulfilled, your inner child being happy. And then here we have like this, the Six of Cups can talk about like the childhood home. It can talk about healing the inner child here. And so I see that this journey here has really brought you a lot of healing, happy energy, something that you've really needed here. Now, you may not be feeling this immediately, but I'm seeing here that the message is that you will be feeling this. You continue to make good choices, make the right choices, even though you felt blindfolded, even though maybe you can't see exactly where these two paths are going to lead. Trust your intuition here with this. And I see that that's very much something that kind of comes with this Motherwort Strength card here. It's not just inner strength, this lion-hearted strength. This lion-hearted almost makes me think like you could be ruthless, but you choose to be kind. You choose to be courageous in the face of adversity here. I don't see that you're going to experience a ton of adversity, if any, really. But I do see here that this trusting in your intuition here, in what you know to be true, is really being celebrated and acknowledged here. And you're being encouraged to continue to listen to that intuition, to that inner knowing while you go through and make choices. And I see that is going to work out. It's going to work out quite well for you, pile number 2, and things will be moving quickly in a very positive direction where you're going to really feel mental clarity here, but in a way that it's like mental ease too. Like you're going to feel at ease with your mental clarity. You're going to feel you're going to feel like you it's like you're going to feel like you what's the word? My brain is just like, my brain is broken today, you guys. With like mental honesty here, being honest with yourself about the situation, seeing it for what it is, not allowing yourself to be blinded here with a situation. And that is going to lead to you being able to kind of move with creative endeavors that you have. I see a lot of just really positive energy here for you, pile number 2. I feel like you've really been creating the life that you want here, and that is being celebrated, that is being acknowledged, and you are being encouraged to continue to listen to your intuition, because when you do that, things move very positively for you in a very quick manner. Let's get another card for you, another oracle card. Just kind of seeing if there's any other message here from your guides. I feel this one, soar. Yes. Yes, you are soaring, pile number 2. That is definitely something. And sacred space, which I feel like goes so well with the mother work card. I'm hearing here with this card to create a sacred space too for you, for yourself. That's going to be important, to create some time for you to step away and really quiet down and take the time to listen to your intuition, to listen to that inner knowing, pile number 2. I feel like that is what's going to really help you soar. That's what's going to really help you kind of complete this cycle, complete this the cycle of like childhood healing here, or inner child healing that you're kind of going through, pile number 2. Let's see here if I see any other messages here for you. I really feel like this is just kind of letting you know that what you're doing is working. You're doing a really great job. You've maintained balance. You've been very patient with the process. You've really listened to your intuition. Let your heart guide you. You've been very brave and courageous here. Like I said, using your intuition to make decisions, which has obviously led you to making incredible decisions, because you've done really, really great with life here, and you're really moving very quickly into this time of just joy, pure joy, and inner, and like this, and it's healing for you. It's going to be healing to feel this type of joy that's coming in, pile number 2. Let's get a final message from the Women of Myth Oracle deck. This includes goddesses, heroines, and monsters. All of them are female. They all have some sort of message for us here, a little bit of guidance as well. If you do find that you resonate with one of these, take the time and look them up. Google them, see kind of what they're about, look at their correspondences, and reach out if you really feel called to them here. Pile number 2, they can really guide you on your journey, and connect with you and help you. And maybe they themselves offer you some comfort, you know, or just celebrate this time with you here, pile number 2. So let's take a look and see. We have Dido, heroine, the lover. So Dido is kind of a historic figure. These really just do not want to be under that card, which makes me feel like these are just really important. It's important for you to see the sun here. It's important for you to see that things are going to get great, get amazing here, for you, pile number 2. But Dido is a historical figure who created the city of Carthage, or helped found the city of Carthage. Let's look a little bit more about her. Let's see, bear with me here. The book does not have any sort of table of contents, so I'm just going to kind of scroll through, so to speak. So, all or nothing, obsession, and spite. So, this card represents a desire to get what you want at all costs. You might feel sorry for yourself because it seems like the world is against you. Ask what part you play in the current situation. A string of misfortune or bad luck can now be experienced as the reversal of fate. Her appearance urges caution, asking you to assess the situation before you act rashly. You have a blinding passion for someone or something that is clouding your judgment, and you may be reacting out of spite or short-sightedness. So I feel like this is really, I don't know, of a warning that kind of feels, this is supposed to be a gentle message. We're getting a gentle message here, comforting message. I think the comforting message here is that you've avoided some sort of mishap by not allowing yourself to act out of spite or to act rashly, but by listening to this like inner knowing, listening to your intuition and making the right choices. You've definitely made it over this energy here over this situation. And I feel like that is something that your guides are wanting to highlight for you. Pile number 2 is that you have made it past that. You're doing it. You're doing a great job, and you need to continue to listen to your intuition. Don't make decisions out of spite. Don't do something just because someone else has done it to you. The story of Dido is that she's absolutely madly in love with her husband, and she finds out he betrays her, and she curses him with her last dying breath as she takes her own life. And then the city falls, and it's like all this carnage and all these terrible things happen as a result. I feel like with this is not saying that that is going to happen. In this message, I feel like this is saying that you have circumvented something along this line, these lines, you know, that sometimes revenge or bitterness is like, it's like drinking poison and waiting, like drinking the poison yourself, but waiting for someone else to be affected by it, you know? And I feel like you've really moved past that. You've really taken the higher ground here by listening to yourself, you know? This is really popping out to me where I feel like you've really been led. You're into it, like you really have guides, ancestors, you know, female ancestors possibly, if you feel like that resonates for you, who have really led you here on this journey. And you really are making it to a point where you're going to find a lot of inner healing and a lot of just pure joy and happiness, you know, not just with this situation, not just with this journey that you've been on, but also within yourself for using your intuition and making the correct choices, even when it wasn't totally clear the best way to move forward. I think that you've done a great job with that, and that is being acknowledged here for you. Pile number 2. Thank you so much for tuning into the reading. I want to thank your guides for coming through as well. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel so much and allows me to continue to put these videos out for you guys. And I will see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Comfrey card with the keyword completion here. Let me move this up here so you can see your card a little bit better. So Comfrey talks a lot about the completion of cycles. It's used to help with blood clotting. That's something that it was used for. It helped close wounds, stop bleeding. So it's talking about completion and closure here. It's also, the imagery on this card is very reminiscent of the World card in tarot, which also talks a lot about ending of cycles, completion of a journey. So that is something I'm seeing here. This card is ruled by Saturn, or this plant, this herb rather, is ruled by the planet Saturn. We can see Capricorn here, which is also at home in the sign of, or Saturn is at home in the sign of Capricorn rather. So you might be a Capricorn. The Capricornian energy might kind of resonate for you. You can also be going through your Saturn return or ending your Saturn return here pretty soon as well. So that might be something that's going on for you that is being acknowledged here. But let me pull the, let me grab the guidebook, and I'll see if there's any other keywords here that I might be missing for you guys. It's a relatively new oracle deck for me, so I'm still learning this one. So let's see. Achievement, completion of cycle, success, closure, completion of long journey, wholeness, and mending. All right. Let's see here. So it has appeared today to signal that a great cycle is nearing completion. Stay aligned as you continue to prune and heal the garden of the self. Look closely into repeated patterns, persons, or situation that keeps showing up in your life. Draw upon Comfrey's power to mend and find wholeness in lessons and patterns that need closure. So I feel like the message that's coming through for you is that there's closure coming in for you in whatever the situation may be that you feel like you need some sort of divine guidance or a gentle message over. I'm gonna pull some tarot cards for you guys, get some more oracle cards too as well to kind of close out the message for you too. But let's go ahead and get those tarot cards. We'll kind of see a little bit more about the situation that they're talking about, a little more details over this comforting message here. So that's a card that came out for you. I'll leave it up right there. Actually, I'm not, because that kind of came out reverse, and I feel like that needs to be left in reverse for you. And I'm feeling these two, that one as well. So something with this, this card, it's kind of the Ten of Swords, but it's actually an additional card here in the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Where it says everything is fine. It reminds me a lot of that meme where it's like the dog sitting at the table with a coffee cup and everything is on fire, and it's like, that's fine, everything is fine. I feel like everything is actually going to be fine though. That's kind of what the energy of this card upright is like that dog meme. But I feel like in reverse here, which is kind of what it came out as, it's almost as if the swords are falling out of her here. So I see that this is talking, like this definitely kind of resonates here with this Comfrey card, talking about the ending of a cycle, closure, everything ending up being just fine for you, pile number 3. And with the Eight of Wands too, I'm seeing that this is happening very quickly. Everything will be fine. You're going to find closure very quickly. It's not going to be something that's going to take a while. And that might be the comforting message in of itself that you need to a certain extent. Is not just that closure is coming, but closure is coming completely quickly, completely and quickly. I mean, I said completely for a reason, probably. So closure is coming completely and quickly here for you guys. This situation, whatever it is going to be ending here. I see with the Queen of Pentacles too, you're going to find yourself in a situation of ease, in a situation of abundance to a certain extent too. This earthy abundance that's kind of coming in. We have the roses around, which are really catching my eye here for you. The rabbit too, which talks about fertility and abundance here. So maybe some things are coming, the right things are coming to an end. The wrong things actually are coming to an end, and the right things are beginning to multiply and become abundant for you. Pile number 3. Knight of Pentacles 2. Let's go ahead and pull the rest of these cards here. I feel like balance is something that's been coming out for a lot of people lately. I think everyone's trying to find a little bit of balance in their lives, and that can be really challenging here. Okay, you've got a lot of great cards here. Pile number 3. Let's see here. I feel like this really needs to be here for you. All right. Okay, so the good news here, the comforting message here that I'm seeing, I had to take a second to really take in your reading because it's just so amazing here, is that this energy that kind of sucks is quickly coming to an end. And then this new energy of ease, of abundance, of receiving is beginning. And if you notice, the Knight of Pentacles is a slower knight. It's like the knights are always eager to start the journey. They've kind of like, they went through the page energy where they're kind of novices. They're now feeling much better. They're now feel better about their abilities. They're a lot more confident. But the Knight of Pentacles moves a bit slowly. I see that things have been maybe a bit chaotic for you. Pile number 3. And I see that this new energy of ease, of receiving abundance, of fertility in your life is going to begin, but it's like starting. I feel like this is ending quickly, meaning that this is starting relatively quickly, but this journey is going to last quite a bit. You're going to be in this energy for quite a while. Pile number 3. And I feel like that's probably coming as a relief for you. here as well. I see two with the Two of Pentacles. While you are coming into this energy, I do see that there's a message here reminding you to maintain balance between rest and balance between action. And that is kind of something even with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is talking about action. This person does have every intention of taking action, but you notice their horse is standing still. Their eyes are looking forward. They have their eyes on the prize. They know what it is that they're wanting to accomplish, but it is this slower, easier journey here, pile number 3. And I feel like that is something that is a comforting message, a gentle message that you need to hear. Is that this journey is starting slowly, but it is going to require action. So I do feel like they're saying, hey, if you want to reach this place of abundance here, if you want to reach this place of, like, Nine of Pentacles is having all of your needs met here, and the Empress is even like an extension of that. It's even more so. It's talking, so this is talking about maintaining some balance between work and rest, between taking it easy and taking it slow, and putting in a little bit of work here. Pile number 3. I'm also seeing that as a result of this balance being created, you're really going to be coming into this, I want to say coming into your own power to a certain extent. I don't know, it's hard to explain in the context of this here. Let me try to really soak this in here, because what I'm feeling is there's like this ease here, and it's like this balance being struck between this masculine fire and this masculine fire energy and this feminine ease energy. It's about finding a balance here. And I think that part of the comforting message is there's this guidance here that says remember to find balance, but there's this comforting, gentle message that says, hey, you're finally gonna have the opportunity to have some balance between this fire energy of going and accomplishing and making things happen for yourself. You see with this figure, something that's popping out at me here is they have their hand kind of balled up in a fist, and it's almost like they're leaning forward, like they're ready to get up and go whenever they feel like it's time. And I feel like and then you see, kind of in contrast with the Empress card, she's got her arm laid back. She's chill. She's not worried. She's not going anywhere. She don't plan on getting up and going anywhere. And I feel like that's kind of what this is talking about here, is there's gonna be a nice balance coming between doing and resting. And I feel like it is a much needed balance, because you've really been in this situation here where you've needed some closure, you've needed some completion, you've kind of needed this other cycle to end here. And like I said, if you're I would say if you're in your early 30s, you're probably you're probably towards the end of your Saturn return. I would say 32, 33 years old, you start to hit the end of your Saturn return. Everybody's a little bit different. If you're into astrology, you probably know whether or not you're in your Saturn return. If you're not into astrology, you can go to astrocafe.com, look up your birth chart there, and you can kind of see what sign Saturn is in. And then look and see what sign Saturn is currently in today. Every 30 years, Saturn goes through, it passes through that sign. It goes through all the signs every 30 years. So it's like your Saturn return. It's returning back to the place that it was when you were born. And during our Saturn return, we tend to learn lessons. They're usually, some people kind of have to learn some harsh lessons. It kind of depends on how well we've integrated the lessons that we've learned throughout our lives up until this point. Most people these days experience at least 2 Saturn returns, so it'll happen in your 30s, late 20s, early 30s, and then will happen again in your late 50s, early 60s as well. So you can take a look and see what kind of where your Saturn Saturn placement is right now. See if that might be something that you're going through. I feel like that's kind of something that might be coming to an end for a lot of you guys. Saturn return can be kind of heavy. Like I said, it's just kind of forcing you to kind of grow up and integrate things that you have, little lessons that you've learned along the way during life. You know, it's kind of that energy. Saturn kind of represents the father in astrology too. So it's kind of like this stern but loving hand type of situation. So anyways, take a look at that, look into that if that's something you're interested in. Like I said, astrocafe.com has it'll do a free natal chart generator for you. You just need to know your date of birth, where you were born, the location, and ideally the time you were born, but you don't have to know that exactly. You can just put in, I think it allows you to just put in 12 midnight, and that's good enough. You know, that'll at least let you know generally what planet or what house Saturn is in, and whether it's transiting that house for you right now, or like I said, beginning, coming to an end, most likely coming to an end for a lot of you, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. That's a very specific message for a very specific few people here. But I do see something kind of coming to a completion here, and these swords kind of falling out, you know, and everything will be fine. Everything is going to be fine. That's happening quite quickly, and you're going to be moving into this space of ease. Just remember to maintain some balance between work and play, work and rest type of situation, you know, kind of like we see with, like I said, with the Empress and the King of Swords or King of Wands here. We have this figure that is very laid back and chill and relaxed. She's not really looking to move or get up or go anywhere, do anything very soon. But then we have the King of Wands here who is kind of at the ready, you know, so maintain this balance here. And I think that you're going to find the next chapter of life to be a lot more balanced and a lot more ease, filled with a lot of ease there for you. Let me get a couple more oracle cards for you guys, just kind of as a final message here. Oh, okay. Battle. I feel like you've been through a battle. Pile number 3. I feel like this is something that's coming to an end here. You've been battling something, and that is really coming to an end with this closure card here. For you, this is not something that's going to last for very long, and it may be starting to end, it may be coming to an end right now. You might be able to kind of feel that, see that happening in your world, and if not, this message is to let you know that it will be, and that will be happening relatively quickly. Then we have this other card, Ghosts. Okay, let me look in the guidebook and kind of see a little bit more about this Ghosts card here, because I'm not entirely, I don't know every card of this deck yet. I haven't pulled this one yet. Give me a minute. Okay, so the ghost card says, shadows of the past, let them visit, but don't let them stay. They no longer hold substance in your world, and if they linger too long, they may become trapped in your psyche. It says, like a ghost repeating the pattern of walking through a room as it has done each night since its human form passed, it is stuck in a moment in time. There is nothing that can be said or done that will change what occurred. Ghosts ask that you examine your feelings regarding a past event. Are you able to find acceptance and move forward in healing? Are you unable to forgive or seek forgiveness, allowing old wounds of the past to remain open? Pay attention to when ghosts appear. They may indicate the source of a block. Okay. So I feel like with this card here, you're being reminded, I feel like, to not let this situation leave you jaded, in order to move into this new energy here of rest, of peace, of relaxation, of a balance between rest and going to get something, making something happen for yourself. I feel like Ghosts is sitting here saying, hey, you've got to let go of the past in order for closure to occur You have to allow it to occur to a certain extent. You cannot hold on to it. You have to let it go in order to move into this new energy here that's going to bring you a lot more comfort and ease. Pile number 3. So that is what I'm seeing here with ghosts. Actually, I feel like that needs to be right here. So that's what I'm seeing here with ghosts for you. Just remember to allow closure to happen, not just externally in your external world with the ending of something, but allow it to happen within as well, so you don't keep yourself stuck in this energy and unable to move forward. Let's get a final message here from the Women of Myth Oracle deck here. This deck includes goddesses, heroines, and female monsters, and they all have some sort of message or guidance for us here. If we come out with one that's really resonates for you, take the time, look it up, Google it, see what the correspondences are associated with that entity. Reach out to them if you feel called to do so, if you feel like they really resonate with you. But let's go ahead and take a look and see. There we go. This one right here. We have Corn Mother. Okay, so the story of the Corn Mother. She is a goddess so her people in the village were hungry. They were starving. She sacrificed part of herself. She removed the corn. She's made of corn. She removed the corn from herself to feed everyone in her village, in her town. Let me get in the book, though, and read exactly a little bit more about her. There she is. Okay, so it says caretaking, nourishment, and sacrifice. The story of the Corn Mother is a creation myth from the Abenaki and Penobscot peoples. Sorry if I butchered that. Rooted in agricultural tradition, she saved her people from starvation by rubbing corn kernels off her body to produce a harvest. This card advises resourcefulness to reverse a scarcity mindset. If you are longing for comfort and security, know that help and a resolution to your issue are on the way. Examine if this feeling is really coming from a past experience or wound. Her advice is you have so much to give, but may fear how others will receive your gift. Corn Mother offers you strength and courage to share your gift with the world. You are safe and protected. By offering someone else love and kindness, you are also offering yourself those things. So perhaps part of this closure card here is talking about offering someone love and forgiveness so that you can move forward. Pile number 3. Sometimes we don't necessarily receive closure from others like we were hoping. Sometimes closure comes from us just deciding to let it go and not letting the ghost of that kind of stick around and continue to affect us. Pile number 3. And I feel like that is kind of a message that you needed to hear. This energy is waiting for you, but you have to let go of the ghosts of whatever this is, so that you can move out of that, and like this said, sometimes offering love to others, and I even want to say forgiveness in this situation. Sometimes offering that to others is really in the end offering it to ourselves as well. Okay, so this is the comforting message that I'm seeing for you, pile number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching your pile. I want to thank your guides for coming through with this message for you. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know too in the comment section down below if there's any types of videos or subjects, topics that you would like me to read on. I'd be happy to do that for you guys. And I will see you in your next pick a card reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Poppy card with the keyword dream here. Here is your card. Now this herb is ruled by both Saturn and Neptune. Poppies are used to make opium, which is used to help with pain relief, sleep. Now it is also kind of contorted these days and used to make like the drug heroin, all of that stuff. It was the poppy and morphine's made from opium, was used quite regularly up until they realized that it has some unpleasant addictive qualities. But I feel like that's really kind of the distortion of what the poppy flower is really supposed to be, which is supposed to be like this entryway into your intuition and into your dreams here. So that is the card that you've chosen, pile number 4. We're going to set that aside here and get some more, draw some tarot cards for you guys to get some more messages. Kind of over the gentle or comforting message that you need to hear from your guides. This card, just kind of looking at it, makes me a little bit sleepy. We have the moon here. We have this tapestry with the stars. It's a very relaxing looking card, honestly. I feel like maybe it's possible that relaxation is coming soon, or the ability to kind of relax and take it easy. Maybe the relief of some sort of pain or anxiety that you've been experiencing. But let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards here for you, pile number 4, and we'll see a little bit more about what this message is that your guides have for you, this comforting message. I feel like those were trying to slip out. I see that one and that one. Okay. All right, let's flip these over, kind of look at them in the order they came out of. We have the King of Cups here. We have the 7 of Swords, 3 of Wands, the Moon card, the Lovers, Strength, 6 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords here. Okay. All right. I see that you've been quite heartbroken here. Something has not quite went your way, pile number 4, or maybe went the way that you were hoping that it would. And as a result, it's taken a lot of strength and tenacity to go ahead and leave this situation behind and move forward and kind of carry this. It's almost like you're carrying a burden here. Now you are almost to the finish line. You're almost to the point where you can lay this down and take some rest here. It's almost like, to a certain extent, I almost feel like it's this situation where I really want to say where it's like you chose someone who didn't choose you, or you chose a situation, tried to make something work that just didn't choose you, that just didn't work here. Pile number 4, that's kind of something that I'm feeling here for you. But the comforting message here is that there are new things on the horizon for you. And I do see that right now it may be a bit dark. It may be hard to kind of see what those things are. You know, the poppy kind of talks about being in a dream state too, being asleep, maybe even kind of being numb. It's possible that you've kind of become numb to this situation, numb to whatever this is. And I see that the comforting message here is that while you can't see, while it may feel dark and you can't see because we have the moon here too, while things may feel dark and distorted and maybe kind of foggy, and you don't really know exactly where you're going, exactly how to move forward here, there's very little illumination, you know, at night. Even with the full moon, we can't see everything as well as we can during the day here. But I do see that there are new things on the horizon for you here, and that there's like this opportunity coming up for you to really embody this emotional maturity. And it's possible that this is something that you are currently embodying here. King of Cups here, you can see that while he's holding his chalice, he's surrounded by water, surrounded by emotions. He's actually in all blue for the most part. His feet are very much firmly planted on the ground here. I mean, his toes are kind of in the water, but not really here. We have this yellow here symbolizing like this confidence. He's very confident in himself. His emotions don't get the best of him here. And I see that that's something that I don't know if that's something that you're currently embodying, but I feel like that you're being encouraged to. Even though you can't necessarily see the way forward here, the exact way forward, just because there's not a lot of illumination. But I do see that you've kind of had to make a choice to be strong for yourself and leave a situation behind, you know, and go ahead and move forward with this burden on your own. Pile number 4. I see that it's been very important for you to kind of, this card, the 7 of Swords, makes me think of kind of take what resonates and leave the rest, or, you know, take what as much as you, it's almost like you're taking as much as you can from the situation, but you're leaving behind the stuff that just isn't right for you here. And I see that that's kind of what you've been trying to do. There are new horizons ahead, and I feel like that is the comforting message here, in addition to just the acknowledgement of the journey that you have been on here. Pile number 4. I feel like you've been on quite a journey. You've really experienced some heartache. And like I said, maybe you chose something that just really didn't choose you back, or you put in a lot of effort towards something and just it's not being reciprocated here, with the Lover's card being so close to the 3 of Swords here for you. And it's taken a lot of strength. It's taken a lot of inner strength and emotional maturity to really gather what you can and just go ahead and move forward. And it's almost like she's looking here at this other shoreline, this horizon here, this new land, this new opportunity. And it's like here we have this figure going ahead and getting in the water, getting in the boat, taking whatever swords that they can, and just going ahead and going forward and taking that with them. Like I said, you may feel like things are a little bit foggy, like things are a little bit unclear here. But I feel like it's going to just be a matter of using your intuition here in order to really move forward. And the comforting message here, the gentle message for you here, like I said, not only is it just the acknowledgement of this journey that you've been on, but also the fact that there are new horizons and new opportunities that lie ahead of you once you leave this situation behind. Pile number 4. Let me get a few more clarifiers for you here over what this situation may be for you. Give me just a second. Let me grab the tarot deck that I want to use for that. Okay, so we are going to use this one. I feel like this is the one that we need to use for you guys. We'll just get a few clarifiers here. I say a few, but then there's like a million ones to come out. So let's look a little bit more at this situation, get a little bit more clarity. So 10 of Swords. Yeah, you've just really felt just kind of, it feels like whatever this was, it's been very heavy for you. Pile number 4. It's really been a bit of a struggle here. You kind of feel like you've just kind of laid down and given up, or had the opportunity to lay down and give up, but you didn't do that. You went ahead and you got up and you made the best of the situation. If it's even possible to do that, you found the way to do that here, and you decided you were going to move on to new horizons, to new, bigger and better things almost here for you. Let's see what else we have. The 8 of Swords. I think that you felt very trapped in whatever this situation was, and you really allowed yourself. This is crazy because I shuffled this deck like crazy, and we've got 10, 8, and 9 here. So this is pretty insane. So 9 of Swords here, you know, talks about being anxious, being worried. I feel like you were just really in this energy here where things were not going well. You were very worried. You felt trapped. You really felt like that was it here. But with the Queen of Swords, I see that you are really starting to overcome that. You're really not letting this situation get the best of you. You're actually wielding that sword, kind of taking charge here, seeing the situation for what it is with clarity and using your own intelligence here to move forward with this as well. I also see here for you the Queen of Pentacles. So there are going to be new opportunities that come from this for sure. This new horizon here for you, pile number 4. You're definitely going to be reaching that once you've moved out of this feeling of, I don't know, this feeling of almost darkness, of sleep, of numbness. Like I said, perhaps you've kind of numbed yourself out to this situation. But I do see that you've been making strides to kind of, we have 10, 8, 9, like, I don't know. I feel like you're kind of releasing yourself from this situation here, going ahead and moving forward, taking what you can and getting out of this, even if you can't see a clear path forward. But the comforting message here is that there is a path forward that has been made for you. There are new horizons for you to explore, and it is being acknowledged here that you have really harnessed your mind and taken control of that energy here and not let it get the best of you. You really kind of found yourself in a place of mental clarity. And if you haven't yet, you are going to be, okay? That is coming for you here, as well as this physical material stability, perhaps whatever the situation was, particularly if this was a relationship or something with these cards that I'm seeing here. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but for a few of you, it might be. This might be some sort of breakup. This might be some sort of separation here, something like that. You are going to come into your own, and you are going to be supported. You are going to find material wealth, material ease here, this gentleness almost here, with the Queen of Pentacles. Let's grab a couple of oracle cards here, see if there's any more messages for you, kind of what you can expect, or possibly just kind of the gentle message overall, comforting message overall for you. Okay. Oh, 3 came out instead of just 1 or 2. Okay, so distraction. I feel like some guidance here is to not allow yourself to get distracted. I feel like distractions are going to come up, and that's going to be like a possible thing that can happen for you here. Notice here, this little Boston Terrier, it's being distracted by this crow over here, and as a result, this other one is over here eating its food. So kind of taking advantage, taking its materials. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by this heartache here, by this situation, by this person. Don't let them distract you. If this is a relationship that is ending, it's possible that they might try a relationship that's ending because things are not being reciprocated, okay? It might be possible that they are going to try to distract you from leaving, prevent you from leaving, prevent you from going off and doing your own thing, because they know deep down, I don't know, sorry, my stomach's growling, I don't know, I hope you can't hear that, prevent you from leaving and kind of try to distract you. It's like with this big display with a lot of noise. It's like it's making a lot of noise. And as a result, they're actually taking from you. They're taking from you what's yours. And I'm hearing here to not allow this situation to do that, or people in this situation to do that to you, to distract you from taking what's yours, okay? And moving forward here. Don't allow them to do that. Now you also have risk. So I do feel like you have been taking on some sort of risk in order to do this, or maybe it feels a bit risky to go ahead and move out of this situation, whatever this is, whether this is a relationship, whether this is a friendship that is not working out in your favor, whatever this may be, something that's not being reciprocated. This could be a job as well. I don't really see a bunch of things saying that this is a job or a career, but that doesn't mean that it's not that. This is a general reading. So I do see here that you may feel like you are taking on a risk. And notice we have these rough waters here. We have waters here that seem to be a little rougher, but I'm telling you, listen to your intuition. There's a path being moved forward. Don't allow yourself to just numb out to this situation and put up with something that you know that you shouldn't have to put up with, okay? Don't put up with this lack of reciprocation, all right? Gather your inner strength. There is stability waiting for you on the other side of this journey. You're just going to have to do it, and it might feel like a risk, but I believe that the risk is going to be worth it, okay? Pile number 4. I'm also seeing here with this routine, you're going to be creating a new routine. Now, this might kind of throw you, this whole situation might kind of be throwing you out of the routine that you've created here. Perhaps, like I said, if this is a relationship, a long-term relationship, I almost feel like it is. Like this is, like you're kind of fed up with things not being reciprocated, like you're putting in 100% and they're giving like 20%. You know, I feel like it could be a situation like that. It's okay. You're going to don't allow yourself to fall back into this routine, fall back into being distracted. You will create your own new routine, okay? You'll create your own new routine. I almost see this as like this top part here. It looks kind of very earthy and dark and gloomy here. But with this other one, look, we have these beautiful flowers and this beautiful sunrise. And sure, there's some clouds here, but I don't know, it's just this much more peaceful, calm situation. And I feel like that is what you're going to find yourself in. Don't go back to this situation just because it's comfortable, because that's your routine, okay? Perhaps this is a situation where this has happened multiple times and you continue to go back. I'm hearing here, don't do that. Pile number 4, that is not going to be in your best interest. It's actually going to be more risky for you to go back than it will be for you to go ahead and take flight and get out and create a new routine for yourself. Excuse me. Don't allow this situation, this person, these people to keep you distracted by all their noise, okay? They're just noise. You're the one who has strength here. See, with her, with the lion here, you're the one who has that, okay? They're just a bunch of noise. It's very much giving me the all bark and no bite type of and actually, see, you're like the dog here, like all bark no bite. Like the dog can do way more damage than the crow can, right? Or I mean, at least on the surface, at least that's kind of the message that I'm getting here with that. You have way more power than you realize. And you can really create your own routines, expand your horizons, go ahead and take the risk, you know, and move into this Queen of Pentacles energy. You will move into this Queen of Pentacles energy if you go ahead and take the risk and don't fall back into old routines and allow things to distract you. Like I said, the road ahead may not be perfectly illuminated, but there are new horizons coming up. There are new things in store for you. You just have to get out of this situation and just take what you can and go, okay? It might feel like a bit of a burden, but you're going to be able to do this, okay? You're being supported in this. Pile number 4. Let's get a final message for you from the Women of Myth Oracle deck here. This deck has 3 different categories of women. It has goddesses, it has heroines, and it has monsters. And each one of them have a message for us here. Each one of them has a little bit of advice as well. If you do resonate with the card that is pulled for you, go ahead and take some time, look up that goddess, heroine, or monster. Look at their correspondences, call on them if you feel called to do that yourself. They can help you on this journey here. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's pull one of those for you. Pile number 4. Almost feeling like there's 2 here, 3 here. So we're going to do that. Perhaps that's something that you need. So we have the heroine Maeve, Morgan Le Fay. Let's see. I don't want to just cover up a bunch of cards, but I feel like that's kind of where we're at here. So we have Morgan Le Fay, we have Maeve, and we have Mulan. Now Mulan has a very, like, we all kind of know Mulan's situation. Her, like, China was, all the soldiers were being called to go to war, all the men, and her father was, they needed someone, a male from each household, and her father was elderly, and she didn't want her father to have to go into war. So she disguised herself as a man and went into war in his place here, and then later revealed that she was actually a woman the whole time. Maeve, the challenger. I'm going to pull the oracle, or the book here, to read to you about her. She is an Irish heroine. Let's see here. Let me find her. It's interesting that all heroines came out for you. Let's see, there she is. So, dominance, opposing forces, and obstacles. Her story: she's a lavish gift giver, courageous fighter, sexually independent. She was an Irish queen who was up for any challenge, even competing with her husband, which eventually led to an all-out war. So, Maeve is serving as a reminder that microaggressions can have a cumulative effect. If you're not addressing problems, they can have a way of escalating until there is a major explosion or no turning back. It is better to notice these dynamics and shift them immediately instead of ignoring them and hoping they go away, which is something I really feel with the distractions card. Don't let things distract you from keeping you from getting out of this situation here where it's taking advantage of you and it's not reciprocating. You have the strength to get out of this situation. But if you allow just a bunch of little microaggressions and passive aggressiveness to build up, it is going to explode in your face, and is going to be much harder to remove yourself from this situation later on. It's not as much of a risk as it seems to go ahead and fly out of this now than it will be to stay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, because I'm right here, and by the Mulan one, I'm gonna go ahead and read that one for you as well. Mulan is a secret keeper. It says secrets, truths, and revelations. So, Chinese girl who goes to war in place of her elderly father, disguises herself as a man to fit in, and after the war ends, she returns home, where she reveals her secret to her fellow soldiers. This says, you are holding a heavy secret, but a confession is on its way. The burdens of silence can be daunting. Ask and evaluate who the secret is protecting or harming, and if it is worth that price. Mulan is asking you to question the magnitude of your silence, and if speaking the truth might offer you the relief you're seeking. Consider the weight of the secret, and if revealing your truth would be more liberating than debilitating. So if this really feels almost like planning to leave a relationship. And I know that that's a very, very specific message, and this is a general reading. So maybe this is possibly planning to leave a job, planning to leave something or other, planning to leave a situation that is not really working out for you. Perhaps it's not a good idea anymore, or maybe it's time to evaluate whether it is a good idea to continue to keep this a secret, or if you need to let other people in your circle know that this is going on so that you can receive support from them and help from them, okay? So if that resonates for you, that's what that message is there. And then we'll look at Morgan Le Fay. And this is the rule breaker, defying convention, sexual liberation, and personal agency. She's a sorceress from the King Arthur legend. She uses her seductive powers to enchant and beguile men. Depicted as both an antagonist and a magical healer, she's a symbol of sexual freedom. Yeah, it's interesting. So many of these were. Maeve was as well. This really, like I said, this really might have to do with a relationship, if that's what resonates for you here. Let's see. So this card is a call to live up to your own standards and make the first move. I'm just gonna let that sit and live up to your own standards, make the first move. Her advice is she calls on you to recognize your own wants, needs, and desires, and then speak them confidently into existence through heart-centered, soul-aligned actions. Ignore anyone who says you can't have what you want or do what you please, which I feel like is kind of the case with this Queen of Pentacles here. You can have what you want. You know, it is out there waiting for you, but you are going to have to take the actual step and leave this situation and go ahead and move forward so you can move on to more like bigger and better things. You know, even if we can't see exactly how we're going to get there, I feel like it's being barely illuminated, but it's enough to where I feel like you can go ahead and take steps. And I feel like the gentle message, comforting message here, in addition to all this, is that you are being supported in this. Okay, pile number 4. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning into your reading. I want to thank your guides for coming through too and giving you this message. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel so much. And to put any sort of topics or ideas you'd like to see here on the channel, put them in the comment box, or in the comments below. I definitely read those and respond to those. So let me know what types of things you'd like to see on the channel. But anyways, I will see you guys in your next readings. Bye.